episode 12 of the Tatted Tatter Crochet and Tatting podcast. I am Stephanie Rice, and I am coming to you from Orange, California, here in Southern California. And this is episode 12. So this is going to be a slightly short episode because while I feel like I've gotten a lot done, they're big things. But I do have a good number of things to show you today, and so we'll go ahead and get right into it. So first is finished objects, and as you can see, they go behind me. So this is what I am referring to as my geriatric unicorn throw, because it is one giant granny square and then a rainbow edging with the hot pink to make it unicorn colors. So this is a pattern from Rosina of Zines and Rogers. So it's not a written out pattern, but she has a tutorial video, and all of it's free, on how to do the giant granny. And the difference is the way that she does the granny, you're able to turn it after every row so that you don't get the curve that happens naturally in crochet stitches. And so that's it. And I just made it until I ran out of the white yarn. It's mostly Vanna's Choice from Lion Brand. Everything except for the pink, which is Karen Simply Soft. And so I use like 4.5 balls of Fisherman, which is the white color. So it's not a bright white, it's more of a kind of off-white color. And then let's see if I can remember the rainbow colors that I use. And they're not the bright rainbow, it's more of a kind of muted. But I love the way that it turned out. It's so pretty. We've been using it already on the couch. I need to wash it. But this is Scarlet, Terracotta, Mustard, Kelly Green, Sky Blue, on the dark blue, I don't remember, and then the dark purple is color, electric purple, I think, something like that. And then, like I said, Karen Simply Soft, and this is the color Watermelon. But I had been working on my Circe shawl, and I was really busy at work, and I just needed something I could just sit and work on. So I had planned on doing this for a while, and I'm entering it in the 80s Mal that Lacey of Hooked on Owls is doing for her birthday. And so I was like, I'll just go ahead and make it, and it was so nice. It only took me like 2 or 3 sittings because it's worsted weight yarn and it's really simple. I could just go and crochet and not have to think about it too much. So I really loved making it, and the tutorial video from Rosina was really helpful because I'm a visual learner. And yeah, I love it, and I think it turned out really well. It's been getting a lot of love on Instagram, so I hope other people are able to make it. When you look at it, you can find it on Ravelry from Rosina, and it's called the Rainbow Edged Granny. And so she gives you some instructions, and then she also has the tutorial video on how to do the granny, and then also on how to do the striping and suggestions on how to, again, keep it from curving. So yeah, that's it. This is the geriatric unicorn. At least one person on Instagram got it, so that's fine. Good enough for me. Oh, hey, that worked out well. Good, look pretty. And that's it for finished objects. Because then I've been working on my current whip, my only in-process whip, and that is my Circe shawl, which the pattern is the Lucinda shawl, and it's from Annalise Baez, Vicarno Designs. So this is what it's supposed to look like. This is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and I am on the final section. So it's in 3 parts. It's the 2 grays on the sides and then the red in the middle. So I finished the lace section in the middle and started the 3rd gray, or the 2nd gray, the 3rd section, you know what I mean. So this is it so far, and I think it's turning out really pretty. I love the lace section, and it was so long. I didn't think about how long it was gonna be, but I think it's gonna be gorgeous. And it's curling and everything, and so I'm really excited to block it to see how that affects it, how it turns out. I'm looking through the lace to see how it's looking on the camera. It's turning out pretty good. But yeah, so I just have the rest of this to do, and I'll just do the same number of rows that I did on this side because I did fewer because I ran out of yarn. But it's just suggested anyway about how many you do, so it's however many you want. But I did the same number of lacy rows in the middle, and then I ended up with this much left. I maybe could have gotten another 3 rows out of this, but I didn't want to risk it, and I didn't feel like having to rip out anything, so I figured I'd save that. Because the yarns, the gray is from Peekaboo. It's her sock base, 75% superwash, 25% nylon, in the color Felice Mala. And then the red is a Madeline Tosh. This is her twist sock, I think. Oh, whoa! Cat's going crazy. Twist Light. So it's also 75 merino and then 25 nylon. And this is the color Blood Runs Cold. So, but this is a little bit squishier. It's a little bit more plump than the gray. So it'll be interesting to see how it all blocks out, because this also isn't superwash, so we'll see. It smells so good. I love sniffing yarn. I went to my parents' house last night. Biscuits is being a cat. And I was like aggressively sniffing my yarn. My mom was like, "What are you doing?" But it smelled so good. I can't wait to be able to wear wool again. We'll see. Still too hot right now, but hopefully it cools off soon. September is our hottest month, so we'll see if that holds true, since it's already been freakishly hot here. Oh well. But yeah, so that is what I'm working on. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just try to finish this up real quick tonight, or if I want to start taking my knitting class on Craftsy, because I'm going to a training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I won't be able to obviously take a knitting class while I'm at a work training. But I could take this and finish it really easy, work on it while I'm sitting in lectures and stuff at the conference, so we'll see. But this is my llama bag from Quirky Monday Craftcast. Well, Quirky Monday Crafts for her Etsy, and then her podcast is Quirky Monday Craftcast. It's Kalisha, and I really, really love this bag, as well as her podcast, so good times. So yeah, that's it for the crocheting. It's not even been 10 minutes, but I'm okay with that because I feel accomplished. There were a couple things from the last one that I either didn't show you or didn't get a chance to show you yet. One of them was, if you remember my top that I showed you, the Cotton Cakes top. I told you I had made a bag out of the same yarn, and so this is the bag. It's huge, which is I use it for my worsted weight bigger projects, so I was using it for my unicorn blanket, but this is the tote, and I love it. And then I also did not show you, I talked about the Karen X Pantone yarns that I got at Michael's. Of course, I haven't done anything with them yet, but I wanted to show them to you. So let me get them out of the bag so I don't make a bunch of crinkly noises. But here they are. So this is new from Karen, and Pantone is like the end all be all of color and shades and things So you use the numbers for like graphic design, interior design, all that kind of fun stuff. And so they've partnered and come up with these yarn packs. And so what it is, it's 100 grams altogether. I think they call them braids or something. But it's 5 20-gram little braid sections. So you take them apart and then you wind them separately. But they're all paired together purposefully so that it gives you the little tag, and then these are the Pantone numbers. They do have names, but they mostly go off of the numbers, and then they have patterns that you can use to make, and you can mix and match and all that kind of stuff. And it's a bulky weight. It's really soft. It's 60% acrylic, 20% nylon, and 20% merino. So it's pretty soft, but also durable. I think they're like $8. Oh, look, my receipt. They are, yeah, $7.99. And then Michael's was running a deal, buy two, get one free. So I got a good number of them. But I really liked these colors. They're blowing out a little bit. But if you just go to Karen's website, or Yarnspirations is the big name brand that makes the yarn. They have a pretty cool interactive thing for playing with it, and it has patterns and stuff. So I got these because I especially like this color. These kind of make me think of like Little Mermaid, Ariel. And then some neutrals, and they're all based off of an inspiration, right? So this one is Strawberry Chill, and then this is River Rock. Hi, Peanut. Say hello to the people. They think it's dinner time. It's not dinner time yet. And then this one is Fairy Cake, but I liked the gradient with the blues. I love blue. And then this one is Ultraviolet Minerals. So ultraviolet is the color of the year, I think, from Pantone. And so this is the ultraviolet, and then coordinating colors. Hi, Peanut. Yes, I love you too. And then Elephant Gray, so whites and grays, and then black. I thought it'd be a good idea to have some white and black and gray. So I got those, and then I got a big cake that also makes me think of mermaid colors. So I did for the buy two get one at Michael's, and it was pretty good. I did well. I was very proud of myself that I got that much, and it was not too expensive because I'm trying not to spend $1 million on yarn because, you know, life. Student loans. Yeah, so that's everything that's going on. I did make an order from Molly Klein. She came out with her fall colors, which is why I think I was thinking of her earlier with my Cersei shawl. And so I'm excited to get those because there's this one pumpkin color. I think I'm gonna love it so much. And I showed a picture of it to my sister, and she was like, I must have a sweater in that color. So I don't know that I'll make her a sweater for Christmas, but probably something out of that. And I'm so excited for all the fall stuff. I love fall and winter. Love it. Hopefully we don't have fall and winter in California. We have not as hot. I like to call it hot, not as hot. Sometimes it rains. So it will be not as hot. But we get the chill in the air and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, so I'm excited for that. I did get my Inside Crochet magazine today, so I've glanced through it a little bit. But this is it. This is issue 105. And look, the cover pattern is from Annalise Baez, who's the Lucinda shawl designer. So there's a couple of things in here that I like, including this is the Parallel Lines shawl wrap, something like that. And then there's also a faded shawl in here, and they use the John Arbin Knit by Numbers, which I used for my loft, and I liked that a lot. We'll see if I think I did a year subscription, so I'll keep that, and then we'll see if I want to do it after that. Some of the things I haven't been as impressed with, and since I'm outside the UK, it's a little bit more expensive to get it. And some things I'm thinking, oh, that's really cute, but I'm never gonna make it in a million years. So we'll see. But this came with, it always comes with a little gift when you get the print, which is why I did the print instead of the electronic. And so this one was little back to school projects, little amigurumi. So there's a pencil and then a ruler and a protractor, all in different designs. And then they sent the embroidery thread and the eyeballs to use to make it. So I always love having extra amigurumi eyes, especially the little ones, the little safety eyes. So I appreciate that. But that's it, yeah. And I'm debating, I really want to do the knitting stuff, especially because I've been seeing people knitting their fall sweaters on Instagram. And I'm like, I want to do that because it just seems so much easier to knit sweaters than to crochet them. Obviously, I will not be a sweater knitter by this fall because that's soon, and I know very little about knitting so far, but hoping to get to the point where I can do that maybe next year, or start getting them ready so that I have them ready for next winter. And I actually think that the Karen X Pantone, because they're bulky and they're kind of smooth, that these will be really, really nice for knitting and making simple stuff. Because once I get the basics down, I really want to go all in, assuming I feel comfortable, and just start learning how to do color work stuff, because that's really the big thing I want to learn to do in knitting is the color work and Fair Isle and all that kind of fun stuff. So why not? And I understand that once you know how to crochet, it's much easier to learn how to knit, because you don't have to worry as much about tension, because you already kind of have a basic understanding of that. So it's just learning more of the basics about it. Yeah, so shortest podcast in existence for me so far, I do dare say. But hopefully I will have plenty to show you next week, because I'm definitely going to be finishing my Cersei, and I'll start some knitting, and I want to get to work on some of the whips, the crochet whips that I have that are kind of hibernating, like my Blurred Lines sweater, and the one of the lace, well, the only lace shawl that I've been working on. I have some cross stitch that I might want to start and do. The weeks just seem to be going by faster and faster and faster, so I feel like I'm getting less done, but I think that's okay because work is going well and all that kind of fun stuff. So, and hopefully it cools off and I can crochet more and have giant things. I had sitting in the air conditioning was fine working on this, but if I didn't have that, I would have been too hot. So, you know, and especially with my Cersei and how much wool it is and how heavy it finally is, you definitely have to be sitting in the air conditioning to work on that, given how warm it's been. So anyway, I think that's it. So I did get some testers for my Killmonger cowl, and I've already gotten some feedback. Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet has finished hers, and it's gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work on that. I'm making some changes that have been suggested, and then I will be sending it out to my 2 other extra testers, and then it'll go for tech editing, and then it'll be released to you all so that you can make it too. And I'm so excited to see what everybody does with it, because it really is customizable, and then depending on what colors you use, it could look totally different, and so it's awesome. And I'm really excited that that is a thing and that people are enjoying it and liking it and all that kind of stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next week, and have a good one. Bye.